You'll notice that it's kind of a semi-gloss finish here. Yeah, it's not an exact mirror. You can't really. I am a little bit blurred out there, so it's somewhere between a matte finish and a glossy finish. Yeah, this is about the size of the TV. You'll kind of notice that the base is originally attached to the back of the TV. Once you receive it in the box, you have to put it on yourself. The front side has also, that's the receiver there, you'll notice. It's just kind of a longer line with a small circle next to it there, which receives all the button pressing. It claims it's Energy Star efficient. This down here is not a mount at all. That's actually what the base was connected to. It kind of went along the back side like this, and then you unscrewed it here, and then it came off, and you put it on the bottom after you receive it. You'll notice all the connections here are true to the Amazon.com picture here. You've got your component there on the left and the composite here. The middle is actually a nice feature for a TV that's this cheap. You have audio out. As a matter of fact, you have digital audio out there in the middle, which is really nice. You've got one HDMI there, second one there, antenna cable in there, VGA there. Then you've got, just a normal PCI audio in right there. And against what you've read, this unit does have buttons on the back side here. You'll notice the channel up and down, volume up and down, a menu, and a power button there at the top. And on the side of the unit you'll notice USB, which supports kind of the most basic stuff. Photos is JPEG and PNG files, and then you've got audio supporting MP3 and possibly WMA. I haven't tested that yet. I'll end up testing it and I'll write it down in the review. HDMI number there on the side, and a audio headphone jack also on the side there. So it's pretty well equipped for TV of this size and price. Let's give you an idea for the picture quality now. Alright, so here I've got the computer hooked up with a little laptop here. This is just the Dell Inspiron 11Z, which has a maximum output of 1366 by 768, which is actually what this TV claims to support natively. So if we head down here, you'll notice we've got some. It looks very nice actually. Since it's in its native resolution, you're going to have a bad time seeing kind of the detail that it gives us because my camera is not all that super. But you'll notice that it's actually really decent quality for in native mode here. All right, so opening up this. This is just an anime introduction or whatever in native 720. It looks really good on the TV. Like I said, the camera's not going to do it justice for how good it looks. If I scoot up here, you can kind of get an idea for the detail. You'll notice down here in the bottom it says 720p HD. However, this is what's interesting to note. If we change it to 1080p, here's what it's going to show us. Hit to screen resolution here. Now, you'll notice that 1080p is actually available as an option. So if I select 1920 by 1080p and push OK, it does output it over here and does say 1080p HD. Now you'll notice that the display settings are not quite as crisp, but it is an option. And you were to open up like a video, especially something like this, it displays it in a even more crisp fashion than the native 720p that it was. Let's test out a video game of some sort. Now when you turn on the Wii, it says 480i SD as opposed to 480p. Probably can't hear it from there, but when it's perfectly silent, you can hear a small, it kind of sounds like little mice going through your wall or something. Just really, really tiny squeaking noises from the speakers. Not noticeable once you have some sort of sound going on coming from the TV. It looks, for Wii games, since it's just kind of having to output something at a larger scale than what it's, you know, outputting from the console itself, it actually turns out looking really good. The blacks aren't as they're a little too dark as far as you know, from your normal TV. That can actually be changed a little bit with your remote here, as you can see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to push menu, which will take us to this little menu here. You can go to the push OK on that, and then you can head down to, you know, picture preset, and brightness is underneath there. If I click into natural, vibrant, cinematic, you can see the amount of light being used change. Vibrant seems to show the brightest picture, so let's leave it on vibrant and see what we get here. A little brighter, still not as bright as a normal plasma that you would use for viewing this kind of game and whatever. And the camera is actually making it show up even darker than it should, so that's no good. Since it is 480i as opposed to 480p, I would recommend on a game, or any game that you have this option on, to go in and actually, yes, see how I have deflicker on off? It's actually going to make it cause, so when I turn it back on, here's what happens. It kind of blurs it a little bit, which is fine if your TV is huge and actually supports, you know, 480p, but since this is showing up in 480i, it's going to be best to leave it off so that it shows up a little more crisp, not quite as blurry. The lag behind each of your moves is pretty unnoticeable, especially on a game like this. Just show you an example here real quick. Playing one-handed, not fun. Anyway, you get the idea. Notice that screen is selected over there, 1920 by 1080. This screen, which is the screen I'm currently looking at, is 1366 by 768. So far, so good. You know, I can see some jumpiness there. Probably just because of my computer. Let me change it so that it's only showing it on the projected screen, aka the TV. So now it's off there and only on over here. Skipping has gone away. It looks really good as far as the movie's concerned. It's kind of really hard to give you an idea of how good the quality is, especially with a crappy camera, but it's very sharp, even up close. If I step back here, you know, for you it gets worse. For me it looks just great. But yeah, that should give you a pretty decent idea of what to expect from the TV. The blacks are not as black. I mean, my camera is killing the blacks for you, but it looks really good. So that's a DVD for you.